Hey everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So in this video, I will explain Cognizant Aptitude Assessment previous year questions, and I have uploaded a video for Cognizant Aptitude Assessment exam pattern, and in that video also I have explained some previous year questions. So if you are appearing for Cognizant exam, then must watch these videos, because in these videos I have solved most repeated previous year questions, so this will definitely help you out. So let's start the video, but before that, if you are new to our channel, please subscribe, comment, like to get latest hiring updates, walking drives, and placement preparation tips, strategy, and resources, and everything you need to prepare for your placements. So let's start the video. Okay, so Cognizant hiring flow. In Cognizant exams, we have first we have to do registration, then screening, then the first round is communication assessment round. I have already uploaded the video for communication assessment round. In that video, I have explained everything, communication assessment exam pattern and previous year questions as well. And I have also uploaded the video for grammar questions for communication assessment, because in communication assessment almost 50% questions come from grammar section itself. So if you have communication assessment, then must watch those videos to prepare better. Okay, then we have aptitude assessment, and then technical interview, and then letter of intent. In this video we will going to see the previous year questions of aptitude assessment, technical uh, aptitude assessment. Okay, so aptitude assessment is divided into two sections: quantitative based aptitude and game based aptitude. In quantitative based aptitude, you have to solve 30 questions in 30 minutes, and game based aptitude, you will have 4 sections, 9 minutes for each section. Okay, so in this video we will to see quantitative aptitude questions. So let's see. So let's start with the first question. My suggestion for these questions is to first take the screenshot of each question, and then see the solution, so that you can also figure out where you are standing in aptitude. Because in aptitude assessment quantitative questions, 30 quantitative questions you have to solve in 30 minutes, so your accuracy will matter. And try to solve questions in your mind itself. Like if we can first you have to read the question, and then see if calculation of question is easy, then I try to solve that question in your mind itself. Why? Because when we use a pen and paper, then our like little extra time goes in writing also. So if you build habit of solving calculation in mind, this will definitely help you. Okay, so let's start. Our first question is, if a by b is equal to 2 by 3, b by c is equal to 4 by 5, and c by d is equal to 6 by 7, then you have to find the value of a by d. So in the question you can see that you have to find the value of a divided by d, and a is given in the first fraction and d is given in the last fraction. So if you multiply all these fractions, then the values who are appearing twice will cancel out, like b and c will cancel out, and you will left with d by d, d divided by d. And the calculation is a 2 by 3 into 4 by 5 into 6 by 7 is easy. You can solve this question in your mind. So let's see the question. If we multiply all these fractions with each other, then we will left with a by d. Why? Because b will cancel out b, c will cancel out c, so you will left with a divided by d, and the and when you multiply all these with each other, the answer is 16 by 35. Okay, so 16 by 35, option number second is correct. Our second question is, a delivery truck covers a distance of 270 km. First, take the screenshot of this question and solve by yourself, then only see the solution. Okay. A delivery truck covers a distance of 270 km at two different speeds. Two different speeds. The first 120 km is covered in 60 kilometer per hour and the next is covered in 75 kilometer per hour. What is the average speed of the truck? So we have to find the average speed, and by reading itself you in your mind average speed formula should appear. So what is the formula for average speed? Total distance upon total time. So we want a total distance that is given in the question 270 km, and we want a total time to get average speed, but we don't know what is total time. So by using given information, first we have to find the total time, and the total distance covering with two speeds 60 kilometer and 70 kilometer, means we will have two time t1 and t2. Then you can find total time, which is equal to t1 plus t2. So t1 is equal to 120 upon 60. Why? Because time is equal to distance upon speed. Speed is equal to distance upon time, and time is equal to distance upon speed. So that t1 is equal to 120 upon 60, and then the next distance, what will be the next distance? Because the first distance is 120 and the remaining will be the next distance. What will be the remaining distance? Which is 270 minus 120. That is 270 minus 120, 150. So the T2 will be 150 divided by 75. And what is the answer of 150 divided by 75? 2. And 120 divided by 60? That is also 2. So 2 plus 2. T1 is equal to 2. T2 is equal to 2. And the total time will be T1 plus T2. That is 2 plus 2. So the total time is 4. And your total distance is 270, and we have to find the average speed, that is equal to total time upon total distance upon total time. So total distance is 270 and total time is 4, so 270 divided by 4. And you should have a lot of practice, so that you will have a habit of eliminating the options. So first option A cannot be your solution. Why? Because 270 upon 4 is not 70. Okay, so 270 upon 4, 4 6 ja 4 6 ja 4 के 24. So the answer from the answer can be B or C or D. Okay, when you solve a 270 upon 4 is charging 24, but left with 30 and 2 7 ja 28. So your answer will be B. Okay, let's see the solution. I am solving I'm doing a calculation like this just to get you the idea that you can solve these problems in your mind itself. So please have a practice of solving problems in your mind, then only you can stand out in quantitative aptitude questions, because the cutoff is going to be high. Why? Because you have to solve with IT. Remember all time, remember this, that you have to solve every question in 1 minute itself. Okay, so let's see the solution. We have given total distance speed for the first part is 60 kilometer and distance covered at first speed is 120. And then what is second distance covered at second speed is 270 minus 120, that is 150. And the speed for second part is 75. Okay, now time taken for first part is 120 upon 60, that is 2 hour, and time taken for second part is 150 upon 75, that is also 2 hour. So the total time is 2 plus 2, that is 4, and average speed is total distance upon total time 270 upon 4, and the answer is 67.5 km per hour. Okay, and your option B is correct. Your option B is correct. Let's see the next question. Billiard, a con man was running along a road at 12 km per hour. He crossed a cop car moving at speed of 15 km per hour in the opposite direction. Okay, the cop had to continue for 7 minutes before he could find a gap in the road and start chasing him again. So for 7 minutes, a billiard running in this direction and cop car running in this direction, in the opposite direction for 7 minutes, and then cop car find a gap in the road and start chasing billiard again. So we have to find the total time taken by the cop to catch billiard from the time he crossed him. From the time he crossed him. So when he crossed him, then cop car continue for 7 minutes. Continue in this direction itself. Then he moved, like you have to visualize the problem. They cross each other, and then a cop car continues 7 minutes in this direction itself, and then cop car return and then start chasing. So the time delay between these two is 7 minutes. Okay, so this is a important information, that time delay between billiard and cop car is 7 minutes. Okay, let's see how to solve this problem. So speed of billiard is 12 km per hour and speed of cop is 15 km per hour, and time delay before chase is 7 minutes. Okay, understand how you have find that 7 minutes is a time delay, because when we cross each other, cop car start continue for 7 minutes, then he return back and chasing the billiard. Okay, now distance covered by billiard during this delay is speed in, we can find this distance by speed into time. But first we have to convert this minute into hour. Okay, how to convert a minute to hour? By dividing by 60. So 7 minutes is equal to 7 by 60 hours. Now distance, we have to find the distance. Like when cop car was running in this direction for 7 minutes, then billiard of course has covered some kind of distance, so we have to find that distance. Okay, like this is not a difficult question, you just have to visualize this as a real situation happening in front of you. Okay, so you should have to find this distance, then only you can find the time to catch billiard. Okay, so distance will be 12 into 7 by 60, that is 1.4 kilometer. Now when 7 minutes has been passed and billiard has moved 1.4 kilometer away from the cop car, then the car has returned, and then both moving in one direction itself. So now if we find relative distance, relative speed of both, then the calculation will be easy. Why relative distance? Because now, why relative speed? Because now both are moving in the same direction. Okay, so the relative speed will be 15 minus 12, and the relative speed is 3 km per hour. Now time taken to catch after chase starts. So time is equal to distance upon relative speed. Why? Because billiard is 1.4 kilometer away from the cop car, that's why the distance is 1.4 and relative speed is 3, and the answer is 0.4667 hour. And now we have to convert this hour to minute. So now how to convert hour to minute? By multiplying by 60. So when we convert 0.4667 into 60, that is equal to 28 minutes. And we have to find the total time. Find the total time taken by the cop car to catch billiard from the time he crossed him. So we have to add 7 also. Why? Because he crossed him, then he continued for 7 minutes. So this 7 minutes will also include in the answer. So 28 plus 7 will be equal to 35, I think. Okay, so our answer is 35 minutes. Option D is correct for this problem. Okay. If these type of problem appear in your exam, try to visualize this as a real incident happening in front of you. You'll get answers very easily, because in the exam hall you'll be in a pressure. So this helps a lot. I'm seeing this with my personal experience. Okay. Next question is, in a certain districts, the number of people who finished high school and the people who finished only elementary school were in the ratio 2:1. Okay. And after 3 years, 50 more people finished high school and 200 more people finished elementary school, and then the ratio changed to 3:4. Now they are asking what will be the difference in the number of people who finished high school and the ones who finished elementary school. We have to find the difference, number of people who finished high school and number of people who finished elementary school. So let's see. You know that we can write ratio like this: high school is equal to 2x. Okay, so our initial ratio between high school and elementary school is 2:1, and we can write high school is equal to 2x and elementary school is equal to x. Now after 3 years, when 50 more people has finished high school and 200 have finished elementary school, so 2x plus 50, we will add 50 to 2x, of course, and we will add 200 to x. Now the new ratio is 3:4. So 2x plus 50 ratio x plus 200 is equal to 3:4. And now if we cross multiply these with each other, then we will left with the value of x. We have to solve this whole solution to get the value of x. Now if this type of equation appear, then for this you should use pen and paper to avoid the confusion. Okay, and for this type of questions, don't try to solve this problem in mind, because this will get a lot of time. Instead you can simply use pen and paper. Okay, and then we get our value x is equal to 80. Now we will put a value of x in the given, in the as when we have assumed this high school is equal to 2x, so we have to put the value of x here. Okay, so by putting the value of x, high school is equal to 2x plus 50, 2 into 80 plus 50, that is equal to 210, and elementary school x plus 200, that is 80 plus 200, that is 280. So now we have to find the difference between number of students who finished high school and the number of students who finished elementary school. So the difference is 280 minus 210, that is equal to 70. So difference in the number of people is 70. Now see the options. 70, option B. Option B is correct. Okay, let's see the next question. Baron spends 36% of his salary on rent and grocery. From the remaining, he spends 1/5 on medicines, and then spends half of the remaining on travel. If he is left with $4,320, then what was his salary? Okay, so Baron spends, if he left with, he is left with this, so we don't know his total salary. We have to find his salary, total salary. Okay, so let's see how to solve this. So first, Varun spends 36% of salary on rent and grocery. So we can assume that his salary is 100%. 100% of his, we can assume that the first his salary is 100%, then 36% he invest on rent and grocery, and then a remaining salary. Now we have to find the remaining salary, so we will subtract 36 from 100 to get 64. So his now his remaining salary is 64%. Now in this remaining salary he spend one fifth on medicines. So remaining after, now remaining after medicine, when you have to deal with percentage, then assume things in 100%. Like if you when we were we have to find the remaining salary, and we were given information in the percentage like 36%. So we have subtracted from 100%. Now we have given information in the fraction, so now we will subtract from 1. Okay, so if you have given information in percentage, then you solve with respect to 100, and when you have given information in the fraction, then you solve with respect to 1. So now for finding the remaining, we will subtract 1 by 5th by 1, that is 4 by 5. Then he spends half of the remaining on travel. So remaining after travel is half. So fraction of salary initially, fraction of salary finally left. So now 64% into 4 by 5 into 1 by half. Okay, because in 100% he has already spent 36%, and we were left with 64. And in this burn he has already spent 1 by 5, then we were left with 4 by 5. And in this also he has spent half half on travel, so we were left with half. So that's why we have multiplied all these values. Okay, fraction of salary finally left. So convert by now these two in fraction, but this is 64 is a percentage, so we have to convert this in fraction. So 64% is, you can simply write 64 divided by 100. So now multiply all remaining fractions, and you will get with 32 divided by 125, and which is your remaining amount. This remaining amount of 4320 is given in the question. So you have to equate these two, this remaining fraction and this remaining value. So when we equate these two information, then 32 divided by 125 into salary. This fraction is of a salary, that's why we are dividing salary, is equal to 4320. So now salary is equal to 4320 into 125 divided by 32. So by solving this, the salary will be 13,500. Okay, so Varun's salary is $13,500.